Alright guys, here we are for another trailer reaction. Today we're reacting to the trailer for the movie Downsizing.
Matt Damon, Christoph Waltz, Kristen Wiig. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's about downsizing. I know what this is about, and you don't. And we're gonna keep it that way and join you right after this.
Sure. Now that
Here we are. We're in downsize land. How do you feel now that you know what downsizing means? Now that you know that it's not about getting laid off and replaced with like offshore, cheap labor. How do you feel?
Well, going into this, my thought was, this is going to be a horrible movie about firing people with Down syndrome. I thought it was a play on words. But after this, I think this is an incredible concept.
Wait. Was there a point in the middle where you thought it was something reasonable? Where it was like, hey, sorry, Matt Damon and
No.
Wiig, we have to downsize.
Before I ever knew Matt Damon,
I don't know what's going on.
Before I knew anything, it's just a stark white thing that says downsizing, and I was like, oh, this is sad.
Yes, but after that, was there a brief period where you thought it was a real movie about people that get laid off from their jobs?
No, I think almost instantaneously they tell you it's
before we hit play.
No.
No? Oh God. Okay. Well, that's a farther leap from reality to fantasy than I thought you were going to undergo. But
no,
yeah,
it's
about being small. It's about being itty bitty, this big, tiny.
I find it really interesting, and I really wonder exactly how does this even work.
Yep.
And not even the parts that are impossible, like the shrinking of humans.
Oh, sure.
But just the general things, like you're building something. How do they build the houses? How do they do everything? Like, how does everything get set?
Make them small.
Yes, I need to know exactly how everything goes. How are they trapping them so, like, I don't know, mites aren't killing the whole thing like Godzilla? I need to know more about this. I think it's great. And, like, do they have to shave them completely before this happens?
I think because the hair wouldn't shrink.
Wonder why that is.
Something about something.
Sure. No, it's a cool thing. I'm interested.
So it's if we just take it at like face value, right? You can live in a dollhouse, and now it's a mansion. That one bottle of vodka will last you for like a fucking rest of your life, maybe, or something like that, right? Fucking crazy.
And assuming the money translates normally, because everything's digital currency now, so you still could buy, give me a bottle of vodka, $12. There you go. And you're like, what up?
The lady says your $50,000 would be 12-point-something million in, what did she say, something land? They have a name for like this dumb
Midget
small
land.
place. That's, not as it. It's itty-bitty, teeny-weeny land. I don't know. It is impossible, though. I think like the molecules of oxygen would be too large to like go into your lung receptors or whatever, and you would suffocate and die. But that's fine. Don't worry about that. It's about the larger question.
It's a very cool idea, though. I like that.
It's amazing, and they frame it up in this like eco-friendly way, right? Because he blows up the spot and says, "Oh, what about all that crap about saving the environment? Fuck that. It's about you. It's about living like a life." But they frame it up like, "Oh, we all have to shrink ourselves," because on the bus it's like, well, they're occupying one row, the other row is like dozens of people now, right? And fucking everyone fits in there. Because what about your life requires you to be as big as you are?
Nothing, I suppose.
Very little.
No.
Turns out.
I could have. I think, like, I always thought. This is my thing. If I were like a dwarf, I would want to get a small one-bedroom apartment, and I would want to cut it in half and make it 2 floors. And I was like, that would be genius. Why don't people do that? And I'm like, aside from like zoning laws and bullshit,
permits, whatever.
This is that to like the umpteenth degree. Where you could just go crazy.
You could buy like a hamster village and fucking crawl through all those tubes all day.
Yeah.
Roll around in the wood chips or whatever.
But the idea of like these like little piping systems, little water, little gas heats, little everything, I'm like, that's interesting. It's very
little
cool.
like electric cars that are just little electric cars.
Yeah.
Rolling around, AA batteries like kegs, like hooking them up. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing.
Do you think that they have like a memento box?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you think that gets shrunk down with them?
They show that later, like it says keepsake on it. And they that's actually like a trailer hitch truck in like Little Land, because they show like workers wheeling out their wedding rings and all that shit.
Interesting.
Because they probably say, whatever you want to put inside of this, we're gonna like deliver it to your little mini mansion later on. Oh damn. So would you sign up for this program if it was available?
Well,
if it was proven safe, if people lived like a normal life afterwards, normal like amount of time, and like were happy and there was no scandal and you weren't eaten by
I
cats
don't
or
really
birds.
know why people wouldn't. I can't think of too many
Sure.
downsides. If this was a proven thing where we have, no, we have these zones, it's bug free, it's blah, blah, blah. Like, but even that is, because you can't keep bugs out of like your house now. I can't imagine it being actually able to do that. Like, there should be things where like, oh God, fire ants got in,
It's like
thousands dead.
It's Starship Troopers,
Yeah.
they're flamethrowers and all that stuff. That's that's the one we need to write.
But they show them out like in the world doing things, and I'm like, how would that ever work?
I think it's just not a considered element in the
Yeah,
equation
it's all
or
happy
whatever.
and
Or it is, who knows?
gumdrop.
I mean, this is obviously the point of this seems to be like Christoph Waltz is maybe after his wife or something's going on. Like there's some sort of weird social angle. Maybe he's like, I solved all my problems, but I'm still a piece of shit. This sucks. Like maybe there's that. Maybe
Now,
it's just
if you
light,
could translate
funny.
50 grand into 12 million, I don't think there's a thing you could tell me that I wouldn't do to do that. Like,
Sure. Well, just for the money math alone, shrink me as how small do I have to be? Could I be even smaller and have more money? Oh shit!
and seemingly you can still go to normal places.
Well, like the world starts to accommodate you the
Yeah.
way that they would accommodate other things.
But I'm
You're
wondering-
in like a little plexiglass thing, right?
It has to be relative, because
Yeah.
if you're like, because they're at like a restaurant together, they're in this, they're doing that, whatever, they're on a bus together. I wonder what a bus seat costs when you're that big,
Yeah.
because it can't be the same.
No, it's
It has to
crazy.
be a dramatic difference. Now, but you could, I imagine though, if you're a deranged millionaire and you're like, no, I want my little cat carrier in a real seat, you could then pay for a real seat still. So like that's the kind of things that interest me, where I'd be like, no, I'd like to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Here's $10. Give me a whole cheesecake.
The real Cheesecake Factory.
And I'd be like,
Yes.
I live on it for an
Just
hour.
swimming
Like,
into the cheesecake,
Yeah.
like Scrooge McDuck. Oh, that's amazing.
I wonder if there are tiers of how big you can be.
It seems to be just the one size,
Hmm.
but in real life there probably would be tiers.
Yeah, because you could definitely become, I'm trying to think what's the smallest size that would still be like functional. Like, if you were a foot tall, I think that would give you a dramatic difference in life.
You'd have to like
and still be able
box,
to do things.
You have to box stray cats though, but yeah.
But yeah, opposed to being just eaten.
Yeah, like a raccoon shows
Yeah.
up and you're like, yo, fuck. Bah. It's like a bear to you. Oh no, that's terrifying.
I wonder how strength works, though.
Yeah.
I have to wonder.
Well, if we follow like the Godzilla rules and some other rules or whatever, it's like, well, muscle is still made of muscle and bone is still made of bone, so you would be pretty good or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unanswered questions in like the science angle.
Interested, though.
But
And I would watch this.
I agree. I would sign up for the fuck out of this because, like, I just do like music and programming and video games and shit. Where like I can just make a small whatever and a small whatever and enjoy
Yeah.
all of my professional and personal activities equally, if not more so.
Or you're just like in
as
a
3-inch
beanbag
person
with a remote control on a real screen,
on
like
a real TV and just.
Because they translate it into this. But if you were already well off and you already owned a house and stuff, I wonder if you could just stay in your house, like, or there are rules.
and
No
just start-
little people zones.
And just start building. Well, that may be why they have their own community for those points you were bringing up. Where if you just tried to live in your real house, a fucking fly would swoop by and like destroy
Yeah.
you. But he's on his kitchen counter in that cheese talking scene.
Yeah, not sure.
I don't know. We're not going to try to overthink it, but I think that we will thumbs up both this trailer
Yeah, no, definitely. I
and
like this.
the idea of becoming 3.5-inch
Yeah.
tall individuals.
Let us know in the comments below what you think about this. Would you become little? Until next time, guys, don't die in a fire, and we will see you then.